Like, I know it. My number one fear when I gave my egg self to Frankie was I'd get put in his ass, and here we are. Maybe it would be Frankie.
Today's episode of KFC Radio is brought to you by the Chizza. Watch it, baby. Oh, look at that. Splits right in half.
I can't pull mine in half because I've already eaten. I haven't eaten yet.
Two perfect slices of not pizza. 2 perfect slices of not chicken. It's 2 perfect slices of Chizza. Look at that. Look at that good white meat. You can see right in there. Good white meat chicken fillet with melted mozzarella cheese, with some spicy marinade, and on top a little pepperoni to get yourself the perfect meal. It's enough that you can have it like as your dinner, or you could have it as a side dish. You could have it as an appetizer. You could have it as, I'm just gonna wipe this on the couch.
Hell yeah. Mm-hmm. Hell yeah, brother. I love that.
Love a good couch wipe. It's not Chizza. It's not pizza. It's Chizza. Every which way, any time of the day, we have it morning, noon, and night because it's just that good. It really is a quality piece of chicken.
I mean, I can't say enough. It's genuinely delicious. Yeah. And I look forward to our recording so I can eat too.
That's like John has told me, like he's like, I don't eat because I know I'm gonna have a Chizza before our episodes.
This morning I was gonna get a banana and I said no thanks, I have Chizza.
I got Chizza on the way, baby. So go get it now at a participating KFC near you. Funny moment before you came in here. First of all, I almost had to apologize to our audience for the Jackie Homeless Man karaoke story is one of the best stories maybe ever told on these airwaves, and we didn't have the producer cam because all of our equipment is broken. So that's a shame because, you know, it really would have been the icing on the cake to hear Jackie tell the story of basically dating homeless men and silver foxes and senior citizens during her Rip It era. We would have liked to have the...
I didn't realize until I watched the clip. I didn't realize the cameras just sat on us listening to storytelling.
I told you guys.
I knew your camera was broken, but I don't know. I don't know what I thought, but I wasn't like, there's no way the camera's just sitting on us.
Yep, and there it was. Now the producer cameras are fixed, so you can see Jackie dressed like she's painting houses today. Give the camera a twirl, Jackie.
No,
you look
I had a jacket that like made it look a lot less.
Right, like right now, if you had like a hammer in your belt loop and a fucking...
Hey, Pavs and John dress like that all the time.
Yeah.
False.
True. You mostly look like a painter or like a Bruins coach.
Excuse me?
In a good way, like a fashionable painter.
A painter?
But painter nonetheless.
I would push back on that. I don't think I look like a painter. Pavs, different story.
That's not... Well, then that can't be because everyone's like Pavs and John dress exactly the same.
Pavs won. I remember the time Pavs looked like a painter.
I remember that exact
in
day.
Austin.
Yeah. Right. Well, but now this is the same exact thing. Like if you threw some paint splatter on her, I'd be like, "Are you painting houses?" But Jackie, so Janko came in here to like fix all the cameras and stuff, and he went to that one, and he was like, "When was the last time you did like a reboot reset on that?" And Jackie went, "Never."
Why would you reboot reset?
I don't know. Whatever he said to do was just like, yeah, there's no that. He said like, how long has it been since? One of those like when your dentist asks you, when was the last time you went to the dentist? She was just like, that's never happened ever. But we have a bevy of cameras here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We officially got the green light to gut the studio again and come back with just a much more.
Oh my god! I just realized that the camera wasn't even on me.
Wait, what? It wasn't on you?
No, because I thought that, but there's technically the backup should, but the backup doesn't.
What was the camera on?
Pavs. So you'll see Pavs.
So now leave it in, and put a little fucking like subtitles. Like this is supposed to be on Jackie. This will make sense. This will make sense in about 2 minutes when you hear the reason why. Unbelievable. Crack staff we got here. But yeah, I don't know when that'll start, but we'll take care of that. And have a whole new look and a whole new sound. We figured out a lot of the problems with the sound based on how we set this place up. So we've heard a lot of the complaints or just feedback or whatever. We're gonna fix all that shit. Let's talk Barstool first. There's a lot.
Okay.
We got some spicy Barstool stuff going on.
There's a lot of stuff. I actually have a fun article that I haven't read yet, but it was just the things men are insecure about. So I'm interested to open that up.
Ooh.
I know the tweet.
How long you got?
The tweet had 48% of men are self-conscious about their body odor.
Oh.
I thought that was insane. I've literally 0 days in my life I've been self-conscious about body odor.
You have to always take that with a grain of salt because John doesn't sweat, doesn't have hair. You're
Like
you're
it's
not
never crossed my mind.
but like it
do I
shouldn't cross
stink?
your mind because like you don't have to deal with that ever.
Yeah.
Like I do sweat, but I don't smell, so I worry about it. But I just keep it in check and put my deodorant on, and then it never is a problem.
Right.
I guess if I woke up in the morning and I had to go somewhere important and there was no deodorant, it would be a problem. But like I don't know, anytime that's ever happened. Stayed over somewhere, woke up in the morning, didn't know where I was, sort of thing. Like the first thing I do is go somewhere and find like clean underwear and clean and deodorant.
Yeah.
So like,
I've stunk before, don't get me wrong, but like I just didn't leave the house or
yeah,
like
right.
I've never left the house and been like, oh, I hope people don't smell me out here. Like,
that would be crazy.
but apparently we'll get to it.
Okay,
We'll also get to
yeah.
Dante potentially. I don't know. See if that pussy answers the call.
Dante,
Oh, that's crazy.
What?
he answered the call.
I
Hey,
just said it.
pussy.
You're already on. I wasn't ready to call you.
Are we gonna do this?
I wasn't ready to call you.
1 second.
We were
Recording in progress.
we were just like, we'll see if that pussy Dante answers, and then click, you answered and you picked up. So here you are. Let's rip it. In the words of Jackie, let's rip it.
Let's rip it.
Yours, Dante?
Yep. My gooders are like a glare.
Oh
Yeah.
no, you look terrible.
There's
but
a little
let's
glare,
go.
but whatever, it's fine. There's like a little thing of light. You can't do anything about it. It's fine. Okay, where are we at? So what, Dante? You obviously believe that the Boeing guy who mysteriously died a minute before his his court date was murdered. John thinks he actually killed himself.
This is the problem with the internet. This is what's crazy. I've become the conspiracy theorist for just believing logical things happened. Everyone else alive thinks everything is some big thing, and I'm the one I'm the crazy uncle when I'm going, I don't know, that probably makes sense to me.
What and why does it make sense to you? What's the details that make sense to you?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Kevin. Dante, why don't you give your details first?
Okay.
All right, I will say this.
Not a good start.
Listen,
Not a good
asshole.
start.
What do you think it's gonna be? Let me say this. I listened to the rundown yesterday. Nate was texting me while you were recording. Of course, Feitelberg thinks this guy killed himself. Blah blah. He kind of spoiled it for me. So I watched the rundown, expecting you to just be your typical contrarian self, but you surprised me because you actually did a fair amount of research. You read,
Bro, I read all the things I talk about.
Well, that's not true, but
because you
recently-
talk out of your
Most
ass.
of the things I talk
recently-
about. If I have a strong opinion on something, I probably have done a little
Especially
research.
recently, he's been Johnny
So
Research.
you-
He's come up
you
with receipts of all
actually
sorts of things.
cited some facts that I was like, I'm surprised John knew that. I could tell that you read up on it. Now that said, I just think you're going against the grain so that you can sit there and be like, everyone's crazy. I'm
But
the
it's
only
not
one
my fault that the
saying you're
grain has flipped and become everything's a conspiracy.
No, you want us to think that, but
What do you mean I want you to think it? You're not the fucking punk rock guy who doesn't believe what everyone believes. Everyone believes that.
Yeah, you're now the majority. Yeah.
Well, dude, this is so blatantly obvious. That
It's so not. It's so not.
Why? Wait. Okay. Can I get some details? Because
Yes.
I saw only the headline, and I was like, "Yeah, that dude did not kill himself because this is too suspect." But I don't know the details.
Okay, so let's break it down real quick.
Because I do tend to lean Dante's way. We all know that.
Yes. So first of all, this is year 7 of this lawsuit. Seems crazy to wait 7 years to kill a guy. Okay. Second of all, he was suing them for $1 million. Boeing, it probably makes more sense just to settle than get all this bad press. Because $1 million to Boeing is literally nothing. Right? He was suing not about these plane crashes or anything like that. He was suing about the factory, the conditions in the factories,
Right.
And those, also that was for Boeing 787s, not 737s, which have crashed a few times. This is
Couple, 2 or 3 times,
already been through the court system, which he lost. This is him taking it to a second court. It's an appeal. So why wouldn't you kill him before the verdict on the first one?
Okay, now this
also
case closed.
Also, his wife died of cancer last year. He's been struggling with that since. He killed himself in his car in the parking lot of a hotel. Not really where you do very clandestine murders. Also, it's an orange Dodge Ram. And
who wants to go out on
he
that?
was meeting with somebody, obviously.
Right, in the parking lot of a hotel where people are constantly going in and out.
Where he was like basically
staying.
What do they call it?
Or maybe he decided to kill himself and didn't want to wake up at the hotel with a gunshot.
No, but you're leaving out the like major fact that he was supposed to go home
the next day,
back to wherever he's from, Arkansas, and the Boeing attorneys told him, no, we need you to stay one more day. We have to question you for one more day.
Okay. So
he pushed his trip back one more day, and boom, bang, he's dead.
Beautiful. That's a very common thing in depositions. And if you were this incredibly clandestine organization, wouldn't you not have this huge red flag? Wouldn't you just let him go home and kill him on the street somewhere?
Well, the other thing too is this isn't simply a civil trial. This is also tied into the Department of Justice. Their like pretty big investigation, which they're finally fucking doing on Boeing, because every week it's another story. Now, I agree with you. I think if it does make sense if they wanted to kill him, like why wait until now? Why wouldn't they?
And why not just let him go home? Why have this huge gaping why? That's weird. Like you can kill this guy anyway.
I think they are sending a message and making an example out of this guy, because I think this is the tip of the iceberg. I think this gets way worse for Boeing. I think.
See, this is heavy. This is conspiracy. It's not quantifiable. It's just like, oh well, if they didn't do this, bad stuff would have come out.
No, I'm saying.
Why in 7 years has he not said all his bad things
over the summer? I think a lot of these planes are going to be grounded. I think air travel is going to be an absolute shit show, more so than it is already in the summer. And I think Boeing has a real fucking huge mess on their hands that they're going to have to try to clean up. And I think silencing this guy, if you read the New York Post article where they interviewed all the people that refused to go on record saying, yeah, we basically work in a fucking like Nazi labor camp. We can't speak out. We don't want anyone to fucking know we're unhappy because.
Bro, that could be Barstool employees. That's every employee ever.
Nah, man. If you watch that,
do you think if you interviewed some Barstool employees off the record, they wouldn't say the same thing?
That's your office. But no, if you watch that Downfall documentary, it's crazy. Back when they started in Seattle, it was like it was a fucking remarkable company that everyone took pride in working. It was like everyone felt like they were contributing to something, and they were
this sounds a lot like Barstool.
Douglas comes in, and it was like when McKinsey comes to town, they strip the whole thing down, move everything to Chicago, take all the fucking people that actually know
Bro, you're describing Barstool Sports. You're describing Barstool Sports to a T.
I thought the Chicago thing was a joke. When you said Chicago, I was like, I get it.
You're just describing Barstool Sports.
It was a good company that people were proud of until it grew too big. They took everything to Chicago and it all went to shit. Yeah. There's never been another company like that.
People think it's a Nazi camp. They're scared to speak out against the fucking leadership. You're describing Barstool.
As a matter of fact, somebody get me a fucking... I'm going to kill myself right now.
My brain is fucked because you're right. Jesus. What a blog that would make, too.
Damn.
A pussy to write it.
Dude, you read a whole blog describing all those things, and at the end, to be like, that was Barstool Sports, period, published. Nobody would even know the fucking difference between the two things you're describing, Dante.
Okay, so according to this metaphor, who's the whistleblower and who's the hitman that takes them out?
Clemmer's the whistleblower, and who would be the hitman?
Francis?
Yeah, the craziest fucking guy who's. I mean, Francis definitely murdered somebody. We know that. It wasn't a hitman, but he killed somebody. Goodness gracious, we'll talk about that
The
too.
psychopath with blood currently on his hands? Probably him.
Hey, he's fucking. He's not all right up there. He could easily
Francis?
kill somebody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no,
and
no.
I mean that very exceptionally lovingly. I like that about Francis. There's a little sense of murder right there.
He would tell you.
Oh, he'd be an amazing hitman. Amazing. He could separate business from personal, no problem.
He's the guy. He's like American Psycho. Like he's the guy who, like, you know, he would put on latex gloves and go kill a homeless man in the street and then be like, okay, I'm done. You know, he's
Nah, he wouldn't take those gloves off. He'd use that fucking blood to jerk off.
Oh my god.
Yes, dude.
Jesus.
I was thinking this is too far, and I would say it anyway.
Yep, you did. It was too far. You were correct, and you did it anyway. I kind of Dante.
Kevin, as somebody who is just not invested one way or the other, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, we kind of had this conversation the other day about Kate Middleton. I tend to lean tinfoil hat, but it's exactly what I said about Kate Middleton. There's so many people now, or at least they're the vocal minority now, that I'll be like, yo, I think there's something up with Kate Middleton. And then I get lumped in with people who are just like grasping at straws and making ridiculous shit up. And I'm like, whoa. I didn't say that. I just think that like something's up and the timing is off with the queen, you know, or ascending to be queen and all that shit, you know. And all of a sudden that turns into, I'm saying what these wackadoos are. This one on a headline, I saw it. If I was not, in a depression bout right now, I probably would have made a 1 Minute Man about it, spewing off all this shit without doing any of that research. But all of that shit, all that research, that's not like an Epstein situation. Like, we finally caught him and there's finally going to be a court case and we can't allow that to happen. Everything already happened.
Yeah.
That's the main smoking gun here, pun intended. Or I guess he didn't kill himself that way. But like,
No, he did.
Oh, with a gun?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, pun intended. I think if there's already years worth of litigation and a decision already levied, there's nothing
For
there.
$1 million for
$1
Boeing.
million.
That's nothing.
But wait, why didn't they just be like, here's the money, go
Because
away?
I mean, that's like the
But
standard, right? Like you
the other
bleed
thing
someone
that I'm
out until they
waiting
can't
for,
afford the.
and
That's
I wish fucking these journalists, dude, they're terrible. They're absolutely terrible at their job. RFK Jr., when this guy got suicided, tweeted out that Boeing over the last 12 years has gone out of their way to make this guy's life a living hell and
Sure.
destroy him.
If you want,
that's
if you want
that's
to tell me
litigation.
Boeing's responsible for his death, that's a different story. Sure, that they've been employing a pretty standard legal practice where you bleed out the little man until he's got nothing left, which is probably what happened here. He spent all his fucking money on legal fees, realized he probably wasn't going to win this case again. His wife died last year. He's like, fuck this. I'm going to kill myself in an orange Dodge Ram.
Mm-hmm.
And that, if responsibility is completely different than doing it yourself.
Well, I hate that you're like making sense and being logical right now.
I hate that you just beat me in this argument. I really hate that you won the debate.
I don't like this version of John.
Johnny Research is a dangerous fellow, let me tell you, man.
I don't like this. I don't like this.
I mean, I also think you picked, because there are times I think John will be too trusting of the media or whatever, or whatever situation. But this ain't the one. You picked the wrong one, because this is a little bit open and shut, and John did his research on this one. There are definitely times where John will just be like, I just believe what's being told to me. And I'm like, I think that's crazy, because I think, like, even in just regular everyday life, if you look at your own company, your own dealings, you realize that like nothing is ever at face value. There's always like a deeper story.
But I'd actually, I would disagree with that to an extent where I actually think because of people we deal with, usually it's like there's a little bit of a story here and there,
Well,
but like
yeah.
it's like there's no like deep stuff. It's usually like, hey, don't mention this. Hey, don't say like it's not
Yeah,
like
sure.
And we're it's not like we've dealt with pretty high powered profile people and I'm not saying we'd be in that circle of like fucking Illuminati or whatever it is, Dante. And but like we probably would have heard things and like I will give it to both of you that a lot of it is largely a defense mechanism, but like I think also largely people are just like, yeah, I don't know. It's pretty straightforward.
I feel like I've heard you say multiple times that you're like, I think mostly like people are good, and I'm just like, I just can't disagree more with that.
Yeah, I do believe
Or like
that.
I believe that like most people are telling the truth, and I'm just like, no fucking way.
To an extent. You're very rarely telling the full truth, but I think you're pretty rarely telling complete lies too.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying that like when I know that there's like shit behind closed doors that happen at low level bullshit walks of life, when you multiply that by just like a zillion, because you're talking about heads of state or technology or death, murder, whatever, I'm always thinking, there's probably more to the story than what you're being told. Now, whether it's like, in this case, like it's less to the story. You're being told less to the story because when you know the full story, it's like,
right. No, don't get me wrong. If you look at a headline, it is a very like, what the fuck? And I just read the article.
One or two sentences more. Yeah.
Kevin, you sound like such a conspiracy theorist. The government has nothing to hide. They have our best interest in mind all the time.
No. Well, also what I've learned is conspiracy theorists love the conspiracy theory and not the actual subject matter. And the aliens was like the biggest example of that. Epstein's a good example. Any of this stuff where they finally go, yes, here it is, everyone just loses interest. Like they put out the Freedom of Information Act. You could go to that website right now and read like 3,000 pages on all of the information they have on extraterrestrials, where they're like admitting to some things, denying some things, but also being like, yes, we have otherworldly aircrafts. And people are like, well, what now? Because we liked that it was, they were hiding it. If there's no juicy secret, people lose interest immediately. Like the headlines are just like, well, okay, there's aliens. And nobody cares.
I totally agree. And that scares the shit out of me because you remember how hard they went out of their way to keep all that a secret and disprove and discredit people in their stories. And now all of a sudden, they're so forthcoming with it all that makes me scratch my head and say, what the fuck is going on?
I don't get that either. Yeah, why there was like a 50-year, smear campaign.
Right. That is frustrating as fuck that once they come clean with it, everyone's just like, okay, what's the next thing to yell
about? I mean, when I was on this show like 2 or 3 episodes in a row being like, we should be talking about nothing other than the fact that they're kind of admitting they have aircrafts from other worlds and that they found biologics. And everyone's just like, did you see what Tom Sandoval said on Vanderpump Rules? And I was just like, okay, all right, I guess. And then even Epstein, it was like, here's the list. And it was not exactly a list that everyone thought it was going to be, like Billy Madison list with names. It was like, here's a name, all the people named in a lawsuit. Here's the people that were on this and not this. But it was like, here you go. And that nobody cared about that either. It's just they just want. It's the same thing as politics. You're not actually arguing about the issues. You're just mad at the people who disagree with you, and you're arguing because you want to be right and they want to be wrong. And except with the exception of a couple things that people actually feel passionately about, you're just arguing your party's lines, and you're not actually talking about the subject matter. It's all the whole fucking game is all smoke and mirrors.
I think you also, Dante, you think you deserve to know everything.
I would agree
I
with
don't
that.
think I'm owed explanations for things.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that.
That's
Yeah.
why I'm like, I don't know, what? Sure, what? Like, that's not my business. Like, everything is your business.
Don't you want to know some stuff? Don't you want to know?
Brother, let me stop you there. Dante, let me stop you there. Hey, his answer is no. Like anytime we start getting philosophical, abstract, me and Jackie start talking about the simulation and is this
But the simulation isn't a thing.
Are we reincarnated? Are we reincarnated?
Oh,
Are we, is there an afterlife and all that? And he goes, I don't care, man. And I'm just like, well, okay. I don't know what to say.
What are you living for?
Brother, that's the scary part. I don't.
Nothing, man. I'm just hanging out.
One day, you know where he's gonna end up?
You're a dangerous man.
Why,
One day-
dude? I'm just hanging here, man.
No.
I'm just-
He's only dangerous to one person. He's gonna end up in an orange Dodge Ram one day. He'll never hurt anybody else, but there could be a point. His suicide letter will read like, "Just got bored."
Fucking Boeing did it.
What's the biggest mystery to you? You don't want cold.
Good
hard
question.
Good question.
evidence
What do you think
on
is the biggest
who
mystery?
killed
What intrigues
Kennedy.
you? What makes you go
Even
like,
though it was-
whoa?
Even though we all know it was the CIA, you don't want confirmation that it was the CIA that killed Kennedy.
Yeah, he doesn't
Like-
care about that. It blows my mind.
He's dead. Who cares?
Like to me, I'm like
I don't believe.
It's
you.
crazy. I know.
Like, if you told me, I'd say okay, but like he died 50 years ago.
I'd say okay. Like this dude, to me, it's crazy to think that like the best looking, youngest, suavest, most by some accounts, like gangster president who was embroiled in some heavy shit and was fucking bitches and all that, got his head blown off on TV in front of the world, and like John, and we don't know really what happened, and John just like, I don't know, man, whatever.
But like anyone
like,
who's responsible is dead, or what? Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but it's like, don't you, like when you watch a movie, you're excited for like the twist at the end to reveal the information, to learn what happened. You love a little gossip.
It does matter though, because
If you made a good JFK movie, well, I'd watch that.
it changed the course of history, and
But there's
I
nothing
think
I can do about it, Dante.
not mainly the reason, but it's partly the reason we're at where we are now. It sent this country down a terrible, terrible path.
It's all
That
started
day
with
changed
JFK.
everything.
Flesh that out.
Yeah.
Why are we here today because of JFK getting assassinated?
Yeah, I mean these agencies, and I mean the CIA just
Oh, like taking too much power?
is out of control.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a whole other episode. If we
John's,
wanna get into
I think
this.
John's thing too, though. Like I would argue, or I would say, coming from a pretty uninformed but just like my opinion, that like a lot of these agencies or the government in general does have too much power, or exhibits too much power, or influence, or just meddles in our shit too much. But John is usually like, that does not affect me at all.
It's not even that it doesn't affect me. I'm sure in some way I don't know it does affect me.
Yeah.
But like me complaining about a podcast isn't gonna do anything.
Like the Patriot Act is a good example where like I think they took a lot of power that seems to be like it was an opportunity for them to like take power, and John's like, well, I don't know, I just gotta like take my shoes and my belt off at the airport. It's not that big of a deal. That's the level he views it at, and there are people who are like, it's impinging upon our freedom and our safety.
Yeah,
and John's
that
like,
stuff
I don't
to
know,
me is
if
crazy.
if I got to take my shoes off, like no big deal.
So it's like, yeah, I'm going to this place. They have different rules there.
Part of me
Okay.
wants to strangle you. Part of me is so jealous.
Jealous. Oh, it's the jealousy, man. He's not bothered. He's unbothered, bro. I'm telling you, in the end, John Feitelberg comes out like on top of Barstool. It's like the tortoise and the hare in a way, except instead of speed, it's like mentality. And it sounds funny because he'll be the first to tell you he's not exactly mentally stable either. But like even, the biggest stars and the richest people and the people with the most power and popularity, like eventually they all end up in a ditch or crazy or in an insane asylum or they get assassinated. Fucking Dave gets murdered because he's getting into politics or who knows what. And eventually John just like crosses the finish line, like going like, I don't know, I just didn't think it was a big deal. It's crazy. It's Dan Soder has a bit on his new special about it, and we've talked about it too. A lot of people share this thought of like, I want to be like just dumb enough. I don't want to be dumb enough to be a burden, but I want to be dumb enough that I'm just like, what? I don't know. Like, let's go watch the game. You know, let's get a beer. You know,
Aren't those the happiest people you know?
Totally.
No,
You don't think
now
so?
we're going too far.
You don't think so?
We're talking about me.
I had this conversation with some friends the
We're
other
talking about
day.
a guy who walks into the room and goes, they're getting faster and Fast and Furious.
I think
They're not all happy.
I think they are actually smarter than we are. We
Yeah,
think
more evolved.
we say they're dumber. I think they're smarter for going that route, wearing blinders, only worrying about like their small little world and none of the shit outside it. Because they're probably like, ignorance is bliss, right?
I wonder though. I feel like you need some people to worry about the big picture. I think, right? I don't know. Maybe not. Like if everybody just stuck to their own shit and was like, I worry about my job and my family and my everyday life, would that society work? Or do you need people who are like
exactly what the New World Order wants?
There it is.
and
There it is.
Exactly what you
There it
just
is.
said.
they want us to be like just
They
worried about
want
ourselves?
us to care for our families and friends and nothing else.
Yep. Stay in your 15-minute smart city and your own little bubble. Don't leave it, and you're good. On that note, I gotta leave.
All
It was
right.
great talking to you guys. Love you.
Later,
You're
bro. I
a
love you
psychopath. I feel like you need somebody to take on like the crazy people who are like, I'll be president. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? But I guess I don't know. We need somebody to like protect us, right? We need like there are some bigger picture things you got to worry about that we're not gonna do.
Yeah.
Like if everybody just fucking
Just be
did
chill,
their thing,
dude.
Like, but there's just I guess there's bad enough people. All right, let's play that out. Everybody just be chill, right? Eventually, there's going to be some people who are like,
Not chill.
not chill.
Gonna be some not chill.
Totally not chill. Going to kill the vibe. And then you need like some sort of law and order to stop those people. And then that requires like we need fucking, someone to put that in place and watch over that. And that's the beginnings of like politics and all that,
Yeah.
Because it's, it goes back to women ruining everything in the Garden of Eden, really, if you think about it. We were all just chilling until these dumb broads ate the apple and then the world just got fucked. But like, yeah, at some point, you need people who are crazy enough to be like, I'll take care of all this shit. It's like, go. Fucking go.
All right. Yeah, you go. I'll just fucking hang here. I might be a hippie.
Yeah, you're totally a hippie. You're totally a hippie.
When I just like instinctually went just chill, I was like,
If you
that's
were
pretty hippie.
if you were born, if you lived in like the 60s, well, baby.
Despite the fact I've never worried about my body odor, which is not hippie-ish.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, if you lived in the 60s, you would have saw JFK and be like, whatever. You would have, gone
I'm
to
a
the...
hippie in the true sense. Where it's just
No,
like,
but I guess
don't know,
those
man, just
those
fucking-
hippies were... Yeah,
Like
'cause those
you're like-
hippies got protesty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, just fucking vibe, man.
Just fucking chill, dude. Well, anyway, back to the Barstool drama. We have a new beef. It's funny, man. I really do think, and maybe this is just, what do you always say? Like something about when you get a red car and you always see red cars.
Yeah.
Like we it feels like as soon as we stop Barstool Radio, there's been just an avalanche of great Barstool Radio material that we would have been absolutely crushing. But the latest one is the Francis and Castellani back and forth in the blog. I'm assuming, not confirmed, but I'm assuming he's going to be on Unnamed Podcast. So as you listen to this, it'll also be...
No Unname's Friday this week.
Okay, so listen to this, and then you can hear what I'm assuming is going to be Francis on the show with Dave and Kirk and Whitney. But just one of those things where Castellani just fucked himself in the ass on that one, huh? Like just was writing some blog. I still don't even know what the fuck it was about. Threw a jab in there saying Francis looks like a guy from the 06 Duke lacrosse team, right? That's what started it all.
Yeah. Francis was marching around yesterday morning. He's so funny. He was just like, why would you talk about me?
Yeah.
Why would you mention my... He's like, the blog is being written.
Yeah.
It's being written. He's like, in my head.
can hear
Right?
it.
Why would you
Written.
talk about me? He's like, I'm unstable. Why mention me?
I am a psychopath, and a good writer. You know, like he's one of the last ones that it's like, you know, he will fucking assassinate you with the pen. I asked him to come on the show. He said he wants to do now in also classic Francis fashion. He's like unhinged and will do that, but now is very like, I want to make sure everything is above board. I want to make sure it's in front of Dave. I don't want to, you know, like, so he wants to do everything on the Unnamed podcast. I understand. But I will say, it's hard to not be prisoner of the moments and have recency bias in these situations. But that was just about as much of a bludgeoning as I've ever seen on the blog. It just didn't stop. It kept going.
It was
and it didn't need to. It could have been one sentence long. The first sentence, if you know all the history, that first sentence could have just ended it right there. But it just kept going and going. It's like the meme, like, you know, where they're beating the dead body, you know, the little Simpsons thing, like, stop. And, you know, the truth hurts, and when you get in the mud, you get dirty, and, you know, whatever other euphemisms and little phrases you want to use there. But dude jumped in the deep end and, you know, was immediately pulled down into the deep, dark depths like a fucking orca whale. Just, you're dead.
Yeah, it was probably a misguided blog by Castellani.
I would say so.
I've been there, like, before.
Have you?
Like, I've been in a spot where, like, I got left out of things I thought I should be included in, and I've been in a spot where I've been included in things I probably shouldn't have been included in, and so I've kind of been on both sides of it.
What do you think you were included in? You should have been included in.
I don't know. There were like. I can't really think of it, to be honest. But
As a matter of fact, I should be
was
part of
just
everything.
giving the yin and the yang.
Yeah.
If you're gonna hold my feet to the fire,
Because I was gonna say, there's just never been anything that we've ever done where I would have been like, Feitelberg doesn't deserve to be here.
yeah, all right, you got me on that one. Okay, I've been left out of things I thought I should have. I should have been included in. The biggest one I remember, I wasn't. You know, like, there were Super Bowls. There were, and this is back in the day when, like, someone had to run the block. There were 5 of us, 7 of us, whatever there were. And so, like, there were Super Bowls I thought I should have been. The one that bothered me the most, Poppy Home Run Derby.
Terrible.
I was very upset to not be invited to that.
Absolutely. I would be too. You should have been there for sure.
I would have had a lot of fun with that, I thought.
I think that was.
But there's nothing you do
like,
but put your head down and grind.
In hindsight, maybe it was just like the bro show. No, because Keith did it.
Yeah, I think
that
it was
was-
just same situation where, like, someone's got to
You
run
were
the blog.
in Boston, yeah. But you would have been good at that, and you deserved it. But at that point, you were not. You were Dave's, like, fill-in man.
Right.
So all of those things, it's like, you were never going to get to do anything because you're the fill-in.
Yeah, it was when
But-
something fun happens. You got
You
to
have to do that stuff.
Which and again, like, I didn't write a blog. Like, why the fuck am I not there? I wrote blogs about filling time.
I'm almost the opposite of you. Is like there are things like I didn't want to be, shouldn't be a part of things like the Combine anymore, and then the things that I am a part of or that I got left out of are things that I inherently did not want to do, but on a pride level, like the upfronts and all those things.
Yeah.
It's like I'm happy
Yeah.
that I don't have to get up there and like do a speech to people right now.
But also,
But
what the
fuck you. But fuck you. So it's hard to really get upset about it when it's like, because then they're like, oh, okay, we'll rearrange the whole show and you can like open it. I'm like, no, thank you. No, thank you. I would say Castellani, I don't care how big of a sports fan you are, how much you talk about whatever you talk about on Twitter. When you're at that level, ever assuming that like you should, would, and will be included in everything, it's like you'll be included in what you're included in,
Right.
and you're not in what you're not, and that's it. Like he's not even remotely close to like your level, where if you were like, I should have been there, man, and it would be like, yeah, fuck, you're right, like we fucked that up.
Yeah.
We could do a goddamn Detroit sports thing, and if he wasn't there, I'd be like, so be it, dude. Like, you know what I mean? It just has not been enough of earning your stripes in anything, in any regard at Barstool yet for him to be like, I deserve this.
Yeah,
So,
deserve is a pretty strong word.
Like what? I didn't think for 1 second like, oh, the Dave and Buster's bracket will not be the same because Chris is not there.
Well, unfortunately, I didn't realize Reegs isn't in it. Reegs should 1,000%.
That's a
be
good
in this.
example of like he got the jam job there, and he deserves to complain
Reegs
about
has
it.
won this before.
That has he said anything?
I don't believe so. but
Okay,
that,
and you know what? Smart fucking man. Now it sucks because there's a chance for 40K, and you know, as a blogger,
Hey.
who 20K,
10, dude, 10K.
10. Why?
Well,
Half
because
an hour?
getting locked
you
off
gotta
20 right away.
separate
Fucking
it.
Uncle Sam's taking half.
And you got to split it with
And then
your
you got to
teammates?
split it, bro.
Yeah,
We
okay.
throw around these numbers here. Listen, I take the Premier League approach. I tell you what you're making after taxes.
Let's keep it real here. But like the flip side, and Reegs is the #1 blogger on the site. Most blogs written. Like, you know, we've talked about him before as a company, not us specifically, but Barstool has mentioned. You know, he writes the blogs he writes, and he writes very informational and like good sports coverage, and that's what he does. And he plays his role, and he's happy to do that. And he never fucking rocks the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Reegs is great. Like, he never rocks the boat. And even in something like this, where it's like, well, this is my specialty, and there's $40,000 on the line. But if I write a blog saying, why am I not in it? It's going to be a whole fucking, it could potentially be a whole fucking problem. And he's smart enough to just be like, okay. Probably went home to his wife and was like, sucks, baby. I'm not in this. And she's like, oh, that does suck. And that's it. That's
He
all that
didn't go
happened.
home to his wife. His wife came home to him.
Facts. But like, you know, it's just I am having this broad epiphany or just thought process recently. I said it on the rundown the other day. Rico going to sleep. Will and Taylor missing another thing. All of the recent drama in New York, some of the Clemmer stuff, the Kelly stuff, all these things that are, it's one thing if you just feel passionately and disagree with Dave or the company or whatever, and you're speaking your mind, that's always all good. It's these wildly big, misguided missteps that I'm like, how the fuck do you still not know to not say this, not do that, or write that blog or not write that blog? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like there's very few new people here. Clemmer said it the other day. Like he's like the newest hire, and that's several years ago. Right? Like
That's crazy. I didn't realize that.
at least in New York. I don't know about Chicago. Some new faces. There's the Jenks of the world and shit like that. But as far as
Blutman. Dude, I did the bracket with Blutman yesterday. It was so funny.
wait, Blutman?
Yeah.
You don't know about Blutman?
I thought you were saying
No,
Blattman.
big
dude.
redhead.
There's
big,
a
long-
Blutman
Yeah.
to go
Blutman
with the
is-
Blattman.
Yeah.
Blutman is
Dude,
the best.
Dude, Blutman. Blutman came on. We were doing the bracket. We were breaking down fictional houses you'd like to live in. Blutman could not have been less interested and kept going. I don't care. You guys will figure this out. Just didn't have an opinion the whole time.
He was on the mic.
Yeah, it was because Nick and KB had to leave for something.
Okay.
So he came to kind of pop in, and he was just like, I don't care.
You'll-
like, if you think I don't care about things, talk to Blutman.
Blutman. We might have that Blutman on the show. The king of not giving a fuck. Oh yeah. Okay.
When he said,
Yes.
we were down to the final two. I won't spoil it because I think it comes out today. But we were down to the final two. I will spoil it because it's interesting. It was. There's enough time for you to stop listening if you care.
The Home Alone house.
No, that got out first round. Came down to
Blank check house.
Blank Check House might have left early too. Big Daddy's apartment, Deedsy's apartment. It was the New York contingency was pretty strong with our New York or nowhere.
I was gonna say. Yeah, I wouldn't have had any apartment on the list.
Dude,
that's
both
for sure.
those apartments are so sick.
Yeah, but they're apartments.
But listen to the episode. But a lot of it is genuinely like
This guy's a legend.
But when
This guy's amazing.
When you kind of hold me to it, do you want to live in Wayne Manor? I'm like, no.
Yeah,
Like, I have a 2-bedroom apartment now. 1 bedroom's empty.
totally.
Like, what the fuck am I gonna do with Wayne Manor?
Yeah.
Like,
I always say that when you see people buying like a $50 million house with like wings
Yeah.
to them, I'm like, you're not gonna see you're not gonna see that whole house ever.
Right.
There's gonna be rooms you never go in.
If I could have Big Daddy's apartment, I'd be
Perfect.
like, I achieved all my dreams. That place is
I just again, I
so
want an
sick.
apartment just because of apartments have their ups and downs. But it's like you have a lobby, you have strangers, you have people around you, but you also got like a
this is like kind of fun house, kind of like sick
that
apartment.
is a pretty cool
It's
one.
perfect. It's perfect.
Glutman is a Glutman is a New York guy.
No, never been to New York. Been to Brooklyn once.
Got it. So you do this over. That's great.
He's like the way he says. He's like, you guys will figure it out. It's so funny.
Well, wait, why did we get on him? What
New hires.
No, okay, yeah.
So yes,
So there's
that
probably
is
a couple
surprising.
sprinkled in here and there, But so everyone here should have probably by now been chewed out by Dave or been on the cusp of being chewed out by Dave or been in the mud a little bit or whatever, where it's just like, how do you still? I mean, I feel like with Dave, I figured it out by 2010, and then avoided it ever since. If
Yeah.
I wanted to, there were times I wanted to jump in and disagree or whatever. I did, but there was never a time where I was like, oh fuck, I fucked it up, because it's just like you just know what to do and not do, and a lot of these people just keep doing the opposite of that. And not in an intentional way. Again, if you want to do it and you're like, I'm here to say fuck you, Dave, or go against the grain, but they're all just spiraling out of control and then upset by the end of it. It's like,
Yeah.
well, you literally brought all of this upon yourself by writing the blog or doing the thing.
Yeah.
There's
But that
there's,
is kind
there's
of-
very, very rarely innocent bystanders and collateral damage. No, there's a lot of collateral damage. I shouldn't say that.
Yeah.
There's always a lot of stray ricochet shots, but the people involved, it's almost always like you brought it on yourself.
There is a lot of I don't know if it's a lot, but there's definitely entitlement around the company at times, not all the time, but where people are like, why don't I have this? Why don't I have that? I deserve this.
A lot of that.
Again, deserve is a strong word, and I think people kind of
You desire it, you want it, but
like I
you
said, there
deserve
have been a million times where I was like, damn, I wanted that, and I don't know, complaining about it doesn't
do anything.
do anything really.
Although I go back and forth though, because I do believe in the squeaky wheel gets the oil.
But
where it's
there's
that's not
right ways to do
complaining.
it and
Yes.
there's wrong ways to do
That's
it.
like bringing
But also,
it up.
this is
and
kind of Castellani's
MO.
character has
Mm-hmm.
been from what not that I read or see a ton, but what I do and what I hear. The woe is me angle is a pretty
his
heavy
go-to.
one. There's a lot. What's the kind of buzzword that gets thrown around? Sympathy grifting? Is that what it is? Something like that.
I don't know if that's the thing, but that's definitely it.
I
People love some sympathy. I love sympathy.
Yeah, and,
I do
and-
love sympathy.
And don't get me wrong,
I love it.
It probably
I
sounds,
don't get it, but I love it.
it probably sounds a little silly coming from the sad boy season guy, but in my head, I always tried to do that. It was kind of fun. I'm sure I missed the mark on occasions. It wasn't feel bad for me.
Yeah. It's like we're all sad together, sort of thing.
Yeah, and again, I'm sure I missed the mark, but that wasn't.
No.
That wasn't what I was doing in my head.
There's a very clear distinction, and it comes down to one word. It's whining.
Yeah.
Are you whining? You weren't whining. You're like, I'm a sad boy drinking dark liquor in a dark bar. You weren't like, I'm in this bar and I don't want to be. It was like, let's go to the bar and drink in the dark and cry. 'Cause that's what we want to do. That's the difference. The whining is the problem.
Yeah, I would throw a whiny tag out there.
And yeah, it comes across a little whiny. But more importantly, you can whine all you want, but you just got to whine to yourself about yourself and your situation and not throw in any ricochet shots, because people take those seriously or they view them as an opportunity. It's like, okay, I'm gonna get my clicks. I'm gonna write my blog. Especially if you're a blogger, I remember times being any opening where I can make this about myself or now I have a personal angle to a story or whatever. I'm taking it.
Yeah.
Because I want to write more blogs and get more clicks and tell more jokes and all that shit. So I still really don't remember. Oh, it was, yeah. So it was about not being included. And he said, Francis, the noted sportsman,
Right.
Right. That's why he did it. So yeah, it's just like you
I
could.
also don't fake laugh. I just laugh too much.
And I do just talk over people.
I hate. No one hates my laugh more than me.
Yeah.
I just want to be clear about that. Okay.
Yeah, I don't get. I've never understood the like they think you're just going like, oh, I don't know. That would be absolutely
It's
psychotic.
a defense mechanism. I tell a joke and I laugh my own joke in case no one else does. Okay, it just comes out naturally.
Yeah. Right. Shut the fuck up. But it's like you could have just wrote a blog being like, hey, man, I talk a lot about college basketball and I still wasn't invited and that sucks and blah, blah, blah. And you didn't need to compare Francis to a quote unquote rape team.
Yeah, they didn't rape, by the way.
Not a one. Not a one. The biggest,
Just to be clear,
the biggest
that
miscarriage
was one
of justice
craziest
ever.
Stories of all time.
That was a Dante story.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
that was a headline, and the shoe fits. They look like a bunch of. I'm sure a lot of those guys were douchebags. I don't know. They were fucking like Long Island Chaminade, probably dickhead lacrosse assholes.
Got what was coming to him, if you ask me.
But they weren't rapists, or at least not in that time. But man, you know, the blog is a good format for Francis. It's a really strong
Great
one.
writer.
Great writer. When you write something, you know, it just gives you. It's not even like you need. Like Francis did not need 24 hours to respond or however long it took. He probably could have done that quickly, but just.
Oh, he did it pretty quick.
Did he quickly?
Right? Yeah, I think
Yeah.
the blog. I think Castellani got published yesterday morning. Francis was in the afternoon. So.
Right. My point being, like, he probably could have even done it an hour later.
Yeah.
Because all the difference in writing and video and podcast is just having that like one extra second where you don't have to respond like immediately in real time, where you can be like, I'm gonna use this different word, or like I'm gonna say it differently. You know, just getting to rethink your thoughts, even if you do like one extra beat to make it sound a little different or a little bit better. Like the writing. When you're writing like response blogs can be so much more satisfying and like exactly how you want it to be. And you don't need 24 hours to do it. You just need that extra beat of time where it's like, I would have said it this way live in real time, but instead I just tweaked it enough. And it's just like every word was like, it reminded me. Breaking news, I brought a computer to work today.
Did you?
I have a computer in my bag.
I didn't know. Yeah, you have a bag. You have a computer.
I have a children's backpack that I need to get like an adult bag.
Brand new.
Yep, that's
Fresh off the rack.
That's brand new. Truly is. I've used it one time, and I have a brand new computer in it as well that I've used maybe like.
Is that your
3
computer? Is
times.
that Barstool Sports?
This is my computer.
Oh, you get to watch porn on that. That's sick.
Yeah, baby.
I watch porn
It's
on
got
a laptop
got a
in a minute.
nice screen for porn and everything, and I have not used it, but I brought it here today.
Is it air gapped? I learned that from Chuck. Air gap means it's never been connected to the internet. So
Right.
it
No,
can't
it's
be hacked.
it's been connected to the internet.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what I would have done with an air gap computer, but I would have had a lot of fun for a second.
No, you wouldn't have. You can't do anything with that.
I would have
connection.
typed my deepest, darkest secrets.
Yeah, I haven't done anything with it, but yeah, it just reminds me of the good old days of having a blogging and all that shit. You know, I always say it, and then like I'm the reason I have that is I'm trying to do this series of YouTube videos that are kind of like what we've done over the years with the Barstool documentary, but doing it more YouTube style, where it's quicker and to the point, and a little less documentary style and a little more YouTube style.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm trying to figure out the right way to do it, and I've been struggling with it. And so this way I'm testing now is like writing a script and then reading that and riffing off of that. So it's the first time in a long time that I've gotten back to just like sitting down and
Right.
pickling the ivories. It's more speaking. It's not like prose, if you will, but I don't know. It was like a fucking like time travel. Like, you know, I started to remember things and feel a certain way. I would love to somehow get
Do you
back to
remember
that, but
feelings?
it's just, yeah, God, I remember that. There was something though.
Yeah, I have feelings every day.
Do you feel good about? I usually feel good about my vlogs, and then we wrote a lot of them. So like there was like 5 or 6 a day that I would be like, publish. That was good.
Yeah.
And I feel good about that. And at one point, there was enough good feedback in the world that other people would agree. And I was like, wow, like this felt good. And I don't feel that way about podcasts because they're not like a work of, they're just a thing. You know,
Yeah.
It's not, you don't walk out of a bar going like, fucking crush that conversation with my buddy.
I wholeheartedly agree with that.
Yeah.
I feel that way with Out of Order, where it's like
Yeah,
we worked
that's a-
on this
yes,
and like
yes.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Right,
But, like
like,
podcasting, you're just kind of
We used to do mail time like themed episodes where we would play clips and have sounds and songs, and that was like a little work of art, if you will, and that would make me feel good. But this is, I'm never gonna be like,
because I think this
nailed it with
ultimately,
John.
which is a good thing, and I think a good thing for listeners and all that. It's not work. It doesn't feel like work. We're sitting here talking with friends.
right, and so
Like,
if there's no work, there's no like sense of accomplishment.
Exactly.
Because you're just doing the thing.
Yeah.
But that's what the thing is supposed to be.
right.
So
I think that's perfect for this medium.
Totally.
I think a podcast that feels like work is probably unlistenable because you're like, these fucking
Oh,
people
my
don't
God,
wanna be
it'd be
here.
terrible. Yeah.
It's choppy, it's not free flowing, all that stuff.
Right.
That's not what you want to listen to. So we are achieving our goal in our job here, but it just doesn't. It's not hard.
it's not it's not a satisfying one, if you will.
What we just said this on the bracket. You know, the sweet ain't as sweet without the sour.
Yep.
You just like
Sweet ain't as
sit
sweet
down,
as-
hit record, and just go. It's pretty easy.
And even blogs that were not like, you know, your biggest best, you know, piece of writing, there was always one or two sentences, punchlines, words that I chose that I was like, that was good. Like
Yeah.
that was what separates me from another blogger, you know? And that was enough to be like, that one sentence will make people go, oh shit, and send it to their friend or whatever it is. You hope that there's
I
moments
think
like
that's
that on
also
the
an
podcast,
interesting
but-
thing with in a difference. Like the podcasts just aren't shareable, right? Like
Well, that's why the clips became such a thing, you
yeah,
know?
like you can't like
Keep like check a 52-minute mark of this, you know,
And
where you
even-
can send a blog and be like, read this one line.
yeah,
or
like
paragraph.
this takes here's 3 minutes of your day. It is an interesting thing because but like clips, I can't. I'll never. It's just not my style. I can't get into clips. I don't like clips.
It's a necessary evil. You know?
I'm not against making them. I can't consume them. It's I'll like the second, and I think I've said this before, but like the second I have to watch a new one, the change is so jarring to me, and it's so quick.
What do you mean?
Like the sound going like a new voice, and it's like blah, blah, blah. Like I hate that.
But let me ask you this: what's the
I
difference?
think the most important thing in media is the opening of a movie, where not even the movie itself, but just whatever the production company is. It's like, okay, we're about to start doing some stuff.
Ease
guys.
into
I'm
Yeah.
like a train, baby. You gotta get me
Yeah.
rolling.
Yeah.
Where it's not like bah, 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 bah. Like, get the fuck
that
out
would
of
be
here.
that would be a good bracket question. Like, what's the best one of those? I'm partial to the boy in the moon on this fishing in the moon, and the screen starts to ripple like water.
DreamWorks.
DreamWorks. Yeah,
I
that's a
like
good one.
who's the
Ridley
woman-
Scott
the
is cool
woman's
with that.
statue.
That
That's
Paramount.
No, Paramount's the mountain.
It's not MG.
No, MGM's the lion.
The lady.
Yeah, it's kind of like
It's not Paramount.
Maybe it's. I mean, Paramount's definitely a mountain as well. They might have two, but I would be surprised at that.
Bang. That was pretty good.
I was about to make fun of you because I thought we were looking for the woman specifically, and you went with best movie intros, and I was like, this is gonna be hard, but well, I held off.
I saw Universal before this started. That was a thumbnail. Universal's a good one.
Universal's just a memorable like,
20th Century. They're all good.
20th Century Fox is
Columbia.
and Searchlight.
Columbia.
Columbia.
Yeah, I like this one. That
The
one's pretty
MGM lion. That's sick. Like I think Sony sucks.
good. Yeah.
That one's
Spyglass is good.
Spyglass is
good.
cool. There's a difference between memorable and Disney's a great one too.
Yep.
You know, with the Magic Kingdom. But to me the 20th Century Fox.
Yeah.
That's the one. That's it right
That's
there,
great.
man. And then that turned it like Searchlight Pictures is because of these searchlights, right? I would think.
I don't know the answer to that.
I would imagine those became so iconic that someone was like, let's have a production studio. Let's just fucking call it Searchlight. Anyway.
Yeah.
You know, Francis wrote a blog that is certainly worthy of being proud of. Now he responded, Castellani did.
That was probably ill-advised. That went back to
That-
heavy woe is me.
That was heavy was me. Had a little one-sentence Kirk Minahan attempt. I hope your wife gets sick.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah, he said like I could go like over the top and say things like I hope your dog dies and your wife gets sick, which I think were more generalities. Like I don't even know if he knows. Like I hope your dog dies is I think kind of like a, like I don't know if he was
to go fuck off to go fuck his dog, or that I hope his wife gets sick.
So that was a Kirk thing.
I think I mean
No.
You know.
Now that you're saying it 100%.
I think he was just I'm going to say something way over the top. Whatever you could have plugged and play anything there. You could have said daughter, wife, mom, grandma, whatever.
I thought the plug and play was pretty prevalent throughout both these blogs. In fact, I think the meanest thing people said, and this is just around the office, people were like, about this first blog, were like, this is really funny. And I was like, that's really mean. Because if this is funny, like, you're saying everything else is just atrocious. Like, that was the ultimate, I think I said on the rundown, like, that was just hate. Like, you plug and play what commenters say, and you hope to win them over. And
About Castellani?
No, what Castellani written with, I think like the first sentence was, New York office doesn't make money.
Yes.
Then it was
okay, that Then
it was Francis is white. Then it was you talk, I laugh, and then there was something about Ohio State too. I forget what that was.
Oh, that he's off-brand Adam Driver.
Why?
So to say all that is funny is insulting to the writer.
So
think.
wait, people were saying Chris's blog was funny?
People were like, it was really funny. Like, people here. I was like, that's the rudest thing in the world.
Sometimes I think
you think so lowly of this person that
we
this is
stray
funny?
further and further from the light every day. I was very confused.
I couldn't say I didn't think it was funny because I was the one he was making fun of.
Well,
so I couldn't
know.
be like,
I was
actually,
gonna say,
it's not funny. Like,
I know. I was
so
just
I had
gonna
to quietly sit there and be like, you guys don't think this is fucking funny?
I was gonna say, here's my disclaimer that like whether or not I was mentioned in this is irrelevant. I was so confused there because I was like, you must be talking about the Francis blog because nobody would be saying about the Castellani blog. People were saying that.
I would say the majority of the large opinion of this office was that was a funny blog. And again, because I was one of the attackees, I had to just sit there. I couldn't say anything. I was just like, what the fuck is happening? What's happening in this company? Like, everyone's like, this is hilarious.
I don't want to stir the pot here. And I don't know this to be factual at all. That feels to me like I don't like Francis, so anything that's written about him like that, I'm going to think is funny.
Oh, I don't. That's not the vibe I got. I think Francis might have been. I mean, Francis was there while we were talking about it. Like,
the only way I think someone would be like that was good is if it's like I don't like Francis either, so like I'm just jumping on board with this.
But I don't even think Francis wasn't like. I wouldn't call any of us a focal point of the blog. We were in the midst of it, but like,
I guess so.
I wouldn't say anyone was really like the point of the blog. We were attempts to get the commenters on his side.
Yes,
where
big time.
Where it's New York offices make money. Kevin talks. John laughs. Again, I don't really know what the Francis or other ones were, but they were just clear. Like, I'll repeat what people say, and they'll go, I like this guy. But because I was the person, I couldn't say all that. Now I'm saying it.
I gotta be fair.
I was doing such fucking mental jumps to try and like be like, what do you think? And I was like, I didn't really read it right. Like, I couldn't say it's not. I couldn't go against everyone. It was. I just had to be like, I don't know. Like, it was. Someone was over my shoulder, so I was reading too fast. I don't think I really got it.
I will just say this: like, the level of drama does not match the situation at hand. Like, putting 8 Mile in this is so fucking crazy. Being like, tell these people something they don't know about me. Like, mic drop. It's like, you wrote a blog about just not getting invited to the Dave and Buster's challenge. But anyway, we'll see. It is. I hope it is on Unnamed Podcast. I think has been this lingering over the company for a while. See what Dave says about it. In general, not just this specifically, but I do have to be consistent in that, like I said with Clemmer, I don't think that the Clemmer stream was that entertaining. There's a lot of sleep. I don't think I think he gave up on the challenges. But I did say you got up off your ass, you had an idea, you executed it, and out of that came content.
Yes.
And so that's a win.
Sure. Yeah. No, I agree.
It gave it back and forth. We're talking about it. That's content. That's the game. It's not the goal
like
necessarily,
Clever,
but
like
it's
if you want to keep doing it, do it better.
right.
That would be like
No,
Castellani.
I would tell you to do that. Yeah, I would probably tell you to not do this. I'd probably
do
something better. But don't just do the woe is me.
Eating better is easy with Factor's delicious, ready-to-eat meals. Every fresh, never frozen meal is chef-crafted, dietitian approved, and ready to go in just 2 minutes. You'll have over 35 different options to choose from every week, including Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. Also, there are more than 60 add-ons to help you stay fueled up and feeling good all day long. What are you waiting for? Get started today and get after your goals. They're 2-minute meals. You fuel up fast, and Factor's restaurant quality meals that are ready to heat and eat whenever you are. We ate them the whole Surviving Barstool. They're genuinely delicious. They're really, really, really good. They got pancakes, smoothies, and more. They have a wide variety of easy options for the entire day, like breakfast, midday bites, and more. There's no prep, no mess meals. Factor meals are ready to heat and eat. So there's no prepping, cooking, or cleanup needed. They're flexible for your schedule. You can get as much or as little as you need by choosing your meals every week. I recommend the steak because it's delicious. Excuse me. Plus, you can pause or reschedule your deliveries anytime. You head to factormeals.com/KFC50 and use code KFC50 to get 50% off. That's code KFC50 at factormeals.com/KFC50 to get 50% off.
John found an article that said this is the number one thing men are insecure about, and it is their body odor.
Yes.
With this specific caveat. Say that again.
It is, okay. Nearly half have canceled plans with friends over fear they smell bad. 48%.
Holy cow. Is this worldwide? This is America? This is what?
It's done by Old Spice, so I'm going to guess America.
Oh. This is okay.
Men shared the situations where they felt they were most likely to have bad body odor. Okay, including 34% of men think during their first sexual experience with a new partner they smell bad.
What?
18% think they smell bad during a job interview. 11% think they smell bad after a workout.
I don't get any of this. Someone says,
okay, wait,
someone's like, "Hey, man, you went on that job interview. Did you think you smelled bad?" And 20% are like, "Yep,
Yeah,
I did, I did, the whole time, the whole fucking time. I was answering the questions. What are my biggest strengths? What are my biggest weaknesses? My biggest weakness, I smell bad right now. That's crazy.
This is sorry. So I was reading a wrong paragraph. This is the one I originally read. Similarly, they believe the most important occasions to smell good are during the first sexual experience with a partner, 35%, during job interviews, 19%, and during 18% think the most important place to smell good is at first date. Which I guess if you're doing most important, maybe there are other things. But like sex with a new partner, 35%. That's pretty close to 100%.
That's got to be up there. If you're just going in there stanking,
dude, like, hang on, let me do some math real quick. 65% of guys are like,
whatever.
I mean,
I smell like shit when I was fucking her. Whatever, dude.
She'll call back. That's crazy.
How much do girls recognize smell, Jack?
I don't think I've ever experienced like
A smelly boy?
a bad smelling guy.
But have you
Other
have
than
you
homeless man, I
or-
guess.
I mean, like, dude.
I mean, you just hung out with one.
It's actually,
Just
were
spent
just-
it. You got rejected from places.
Bars.
yeah. Yeah. I'm like, wait, I don't think I've ever hung out with anyone smelly. No, but I've never hooked up with somebody who smells bad, or I don't know.
But did you notice if they smelled good?
Yeah.
That's always the
Yeah.
big, there's a big debate about
Are you a
are you a
guy?
cologne guy or not.
I was actually just gonna ask you, like, are you guys cologne guys? Because
He's a guinea. I could see him doing it.
Now I have like my grandfather's cologne that he
course
gave
he
me.
did. Of
and
course.
I wear it probably once a
And
month.
I bet you that smells
it smells
horrible.
like piss.
I was gonna say that's some
Why are
Italian
you putting it
shit.
on once a month?
Because I'm like,
And
oh
his
no, this is what the
fucking
cologne they
grandfather
gave me.
it to him. That probably smells
Yeah, probably
like
once a month I'll douse myself in piss. Before a big event.
I always had the Nautica cologne, and like every, let's say, quarter, maybe semi-annual. I'd be like walking out the door and it would catch my eye and I'd be like, cologne tonight. I don't know why I would do it. And then like 99% of the other times don't do it. I mean, it does smell good, but it's
I
like,
really like it. Really makes the guy a lot hotter when.
Really?
Yeah, I like
Really?
really like notice and appreciate it.
I'm not against it. I'm
But
not
I could be
anti
in
it.
the
I just
minority.
don't feel like putting in the effort to like find my smell.
yeah, but like, I also think that you don't need to do that. I know some people are like, you know, you get like we've interviewed people who like mix and come up with their own little fucking alchemy to have their own scent. Like, I don't think it's the end of the world if you just smell like Burberry cologne.
Yeah.
Oh, a lot of other people do. A lot of other people smell good too. Like, I don't know. I think you're getting a little. It almost becomes a little arrogant, where it's like you think you need to have like this singular scent. Like, how about you just don't
Whoa,
smell like
that's
shit?
Bob from accounting.
Yeah. Especially according to the vast majority of the world, they just stink like shit while they're banging girls, and you're just fucking put on the Aqua de Joe. Okay.
This article also reminds me. There's like an ad in one of the train stations that's like 3 out of 4 women judge other women's armpits, and I was like, I've never thought of that.
Those ads are insane.
They're insane. I've never thought of it. I've not stopped thinking about my armpits and being self-conscious of my armpits.
This is what they do. This is what they do.
Yeah.
Was it for a razor or for deodorant?
I think it
It
was.
was for Dove deodorant.
Yeah.
Dude,
Weird.
I took pictures of them. I'm never gonna be able to find these. Girls, I feel like have a magic power. Like when a magician's like, I'll pick your card. Girls will just go like this like 3 times and be like, here's that
Find
picture
their-
from 2018. I'll never find. I don't know. I took pictures of them. I actually sent them to the out of order group chat.
Those that should be outlawed. That's like, to me, that's like Dove is just like, we're gonna plant the seed of
Yeah.
insecurity in their head and make them buy our shit.
And it's worked.
Yeah, totally.
Got it.
Scared me for a second. Really scared me for a second.
I just eat popsicles and take pictures of them like it's a day. this is
Going
not
back to Dante, this is the life I want. John just sitting there going,
that's not
looks like a penis. I
I've shown one on the show before. This is a completely different picture. This was a more skin toned popsicle.
was gonna say that caught me for a second.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I'm gonna find these because if I send it to the out of order group chat, it's definitely within the last year. And
Change group chat, so.
because they are so insane. I sent them thinking like it would be funny to do it, to have these ads, but as guys masturbating on the subway rather than, because it's like fat chicks with their armpits out and it's just like, mind your business. like it's they're insane. I'm gonna find them.
And you got worried and have since like started like what, putting on different deodorant or like shaving or whatever?
Well, I'm just like I actually think like I have fine looking armpits, but now I don't know because I'm like I guess a 3
What
out
would
of
make
4
a
women,
bad armpit? Like
I
a
don't-
hairy armpit?
I think they were just saying
Stubbly?
Like,
I will.
yeah.
I'll say if you have if you have like a 5 o'clock shadow in your pits, I'll notice it.
Well,
It's not like I'm gonna like write you off, but I'll notice a little 5 o'clock shadow in your pitties.
I think they were saying like discoloration or something. Like it almost felt.
My armpits are weird. I got weird armpits.
You do?
Yeah.
I have weird in the sense that they're like naked.
Well, mine are like half naked, which is even worse. Because I ultra blast. I hit my fucking sweat glands with that ultra blast of heat, and it like fucked up my armpit hair.
So they look ugly?
So it's like patchy. Like some of the hair never grew back. I had to shave it for the procedure, and then I think I just blasted the surface of the pit, and it never grew back. So now it's like patchy hair, which is weird.
Yeah, so like now think 3 out of 4 women that you encounter are gonna judge that and not like that.
Oh
it's
wait,
gonna get in
they're
your
saying
head.
girls are judging my pits?
I don't. Apparently, just 3 out of 4 women are judging pits, according to this ad.
I think my pits would pass the test.
I think I try to take care of them so that it all looks like okay. I think it's weird. Like, I don't think you should shave your chests and shit like that. But I think it's weird. Like, if you have like long hair, like hit it with the scissor even. You
I got
shouldn't
the
have
most
like
giddy
a,
armpits in the world. Where like, bro, I could make multiple wigs a year if I didn't just trim probably once.
Bro, you
every
do,
2
Bro,
right?
what
Yeah, but I
the
do
fuck
trim.
did you just say casually?
multiple wigs per year. He's Italian.
Dude,
So
I
you
could-
just like
I
trim them a
could
little, so
fuck-
you don't
I
have.
trim them like once a month.
Because honestly, if you don't, and you put on like if you wear like white deodorant, it's like it's crazy.
Yeah.
You have a fucking
Bro, it's
you
like
know,
nice.
mush
It's
of-
like
Bro said
nice
he
hair
could-
that you
he
could
could
comb.
cure
Get
alopecia.
outta
Bro,
here.
I'm trimmed right now, so I'd show you. But like,
we
it's
might
like
you
good
might
hair.
we might need you to grow out your armpit hair for like a month, and I want to see you comb it. Just
Alright,
like
dude, I will.
No,
I won't-
I'm
I
drawing a
won't-
line though.
No.
We're not doing
no
that.
I
We're
won't shave
doing
till
it.
summer, and then we'll see.
to the summer.
To the summer. we'll see what
Wow.
happens,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. I like
yes,
that.
I found them. Or I found 2. I took 4. I know that. Okay, so wait, now I can go September 8th, 2023. I can go to that on my
I want. That's gonna be April, May, June. 3 months of
See where
hair
we're at
growth.
right now. Yeah, we're weak right now.
We're I
Wait,
would
you
say
trim your armpits? Dude, you're an animal.
What do you mean?
no, but he's not because he takes care of it. The animals are the ones that just let it run wild. Like again, I'm not shaving my chest, but I have to take care of certain things. Otherwise, I just look like a wolf man. But I don't want to have like the worst thing in the world is a stubbly chest. If you shave and wax and you're all smooth and you have like muscles and you're hot, I'm sure there are chicks who like that. I think most girls are on the side of like I just like or / don't care about a hairy chest. But if you shave and then let it grow and it's like a 5 o'clock shadow on and around like your nipples, that's fucking weird. That's you got to either keep up with it or don't. But
That one doesn't look as much like a dick.
Jesus, they still scare me when I see your
I can't find these pictures. It's just popsicles.
they're
It's
just popsicles as dicks.
popsicles.
It's crazy. This one was a square ice pop, so it looks nothing like a dick. But I just see his pale thighs and then like a brown
I don't even send them to
square.
anybody. I just take it. It's just funny.
I would say the number one things that guys get insecure about are height, hair, penis, sexual performance, body. Top 5. Probably in that order.
You say money?
No. You think money over body?
Nah, body
Yeah,
first.
I agree.
I think money.
I think you can get away with being a poor guy. If you're funny, nothing else matters. You can help.
Wait,
a lot.
what were the 5? Because I don't think my number 1's on there.
I would say height, hair, penis, sexual performance, body.
I would have personality as 1.
Well, I don't know. You can't just be like, I as a whole being suck. That's everyone's number 1 insecurity. Just like the whole package sucks.
That's all I think about. I honestly
I guess
like,
that's fair to put that over body, but I consider.
You could be like game, like your game, or like
Yeah.
you're gonna-
I don't even have any. That doesn't cross my mind.
You know what? I mean,
that one
you're
is
not
so
wrong.
non-existent that like it, I'm not. It's like I'm losing. My game it goes out with like the Washington Generals every night. I gotta be here, but like things aren't gonna go well.
Let's just chalk it up as an L. We know where this goes. You say that, but it's not. I don't think
No,
I don't think
truly
you have.
is.
No, I don't think you. You're terrible at picking up signs, and I don't think you have any like pre-planned game at all. But I think your natural personality works.
Over time,
I also think that
I don't
if
think
I
you're
got
a-
sentenced to a woman's prison,
Yeah, when they kick it away from you,
dude,
you'd be cleaning it up.
Yeah, it
after
was-
9 to 12 months,
if
you'd
there-
have 10 girlfriends.
if there's nowhere to go and no other guys, I
your-
look pretty good, dude.
End of the world. This guy cleaning up.
Yeah, dude. Like, if I got an 8-year sentence by year 7, chicks would be like, I might fuck that guy.
Yeah, like you're not swooping in and closing the deal in like
No.
3 seconds.
No.
What were you gonna say, Jack?
2
years hiding.
2 years hiding, 2 years trying to break up, 2 years just giving in, then you fuck me. What were you gonna say, Jackie?
I think that game only works on young girls. I think
agree
like
with
the
that.
older you get, like the game just means that they're like.
Although
man.
I will say, I think there is game for older girls that it kind of involves not doing game, but that's technically game. You
Well,
know
I think
what mean?
it's just like personality. Like you just want
True.
somebody with a good personality. But if somebody's gonna like riz me up, which by the way, that guy Baby Gronk followed me on Instagram.
What?
Yeah.
So jealous about that. I love Baby Gronk.
Baby
dude.
Gronk followed you on Instagram?
After the Out of Order sketch, of me being a whore. So like, yeah.
Which one? The cop one?
Yeah, of me being a whore.
When you were literally a whore.
Like you're always.
Well,
a whore.
you were fucking kids. Oh no, you weren't fucking kids. In
I wasn't fucking. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But maybe that's where he got.
you said whore in that one.
I said whore
Yeah.
in that one. Yeah,
You
you're
said
right.
the word whore.
I think you could get rizzed up at an older age. You just don't know it.
But I think that I can see now. It's like you can see through somebody's like riz if they have a good personality. Like I'll just be attracted to your personality. I'm not attracted to your like.
I hate the term riz so much.
I know.
That it's kind of like what you were saying. No, it wasn't you. Who was I talking to? Someone where it's like I only like bad salesmen. Like I don't like talking to a salesman who's good at his job. So I'm just like, this
Yeah.
is fucking
Right, it's all phony.
Yeah.
It's
You're
all
selling
fake.
me. This is-
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
like, stumble over your
Yeah,
words
try.
and shit.
I want to
Like,
see you try and
I'm
fail.
not gonna buy a car from the guy who comes out like, whoa, what can I
Too
do
good.
to put you in here?
Right.
Like, oh, you look good in that. Like,
Yeah,
shut the fuck up, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I want the guy
yeah.
being like, "Can you please buy this car?
I gotta feed my
I gotta hit this quota, bro." To be fair, are you gonna buy a car? Yes. Can it be this one, please? You need one, right? Just make it mine, please.
Yeah, dude, I buy that car in a heartbeat.
Yeah, done.
Dude, turns out the What Was Me does work. I don't want to deal with a salesman who like is good.
Is
like,
good, yeah.
Just tell like.
Well, that's the
kind of
ultimate,
what we were
though.
saying with Dante, where like focusing on you and like your community. Like I don't do things like I just like ask my parents or a friend. I'm like, yo, do you got a guy who does this?
Yeah.
You have someone you trust who does this?
Yep.
Give it to me.
That's what I do,
Like
yeah.
that. Like I don't care to sit down and like be pitched things and stuff
No.
like that. Like here's why.
But that's also
like,
you are like a perceptive person. There are two types of people. There are the people who can get like played by those guys, whether it's like girls who like will have sex with you, whether it's business people that will close the deal. Like I have a ton of friends who are very good at this, and there are the people who they have the meeting out of the palm of their hands, and then there are people who go, "Get the fuck away from me, you
Yeah,
little
yeah.
snake." But they still like it, and you can almost like get caught trying to run game on a girl, but it's like it's still kind of working because she's like, "I know what you're trying to do.
Right.
I see right through it, but I still kind of like it."
Yeah.
And you do have a good personality, but but if you're actually like that's your actual personality, it's like, oh my god,
Bro,
don't
imagine
kill
you're like
yourself.
test driving a car. It's like, whoa, look at you.
You look cool.
Look like a movie star.
Yeah,
over there.
Fast
I'm
and
gonna crash this car into a
Furious.
fucking tree.
Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah.
dude.
You look like Paul Walker. I'm about to show you Paul Walker, dude. But you can get older, and have you ever seen the movie Bad Moms with Mila Kunis in them?
I
There's a
believe
scene,
I have.
I think
but,
Jada
like,
Pinkett is in it, and she's just like kind of a hoish character. And there's a scene where she's like talking about how the guy can put in and take out the car seat with one hand. And she effectively was like, "I'll let him fuck me in the ass." It's like the way he just boom, 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 plugs it, hits the seatbelt. Oh my god! I almost let him put it in my back door, or some shit like that. And it was like, that's certain things matter when you're younger. Certain things matter when you're older. You can find an angle and run some game on absolutely anything.
Bro,
But-
Bad Moms, by the way, one of the most underrated franchises. Like they have like 5 of these, don't they?
Do they? Wow.
I know.
They
There's
had
Bad
like
Moms
a Christmas special.
There's Bad Moms
Yeah.
2. There's Bad
Yeah.
Moms. Maybe it's just
It was a
3,
good movie. It was
but There's
good.
a couple of them.
It was good. I liked
I
it.
was very hungover when I watched it. I did not enjoy it.
I mean, it's not like I wouldn't like. It's exactly what it is.
Virgin Mary full of weed, Hitler's balls, cocaine chickens, and a priest with a shotgun. What am I talking about? I am obviously talking about The Gentleman. It is Guy Ritchie's first series ever. It is widely loved. It is, I don't know if officially greenlit, but everyone's already talking about season 2. It's a smash hit. If you're a fan of movies like Snatch or Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, you're going to lose your shit over this Netflix show. Also, while we're talking Guy Ritchie movies, The Covenant. I know we've talked about it before. The Covenant's unbelievable. But don't watch that yet. Watch The Gentleman first. It follows a cast of low-down lords and ladies slumming it in Britain's criminal underworld, guns out and pinkies up. Watch what happens when you try to play gangsters at their own game. Don't miss The Gentleman, now playing, only on Netflix.
What's up, gang? Jackie, sup? So,
Talk about Riz.
In my day-to-day,
Showing your fucking
I'm able
collar.
to talk to everyone, make eye contact with everyone, do handshakes. They can own a business. They could be the most beautiful person in the world. I can make eye contact with them. But as soon as I am checking out and I have to make eye contact with the cashier, I cannot. I haven't made eye contact with a cashier since I was born. I go full-blown autistic. I get nervous, I get anxious, and I just can't do it. It could be a 15-year-old with a shit ton of pimples, or it could be an 82-year-old who just, fucked up retirement and they're still doing it, or they're doing it for fun. Doesn't matter. I'm intimidated, and I can't I can't make eye contact. I put in my number, and I grab my sack, and I leave. And then I feel tremendous shame. So that's like my buying process. So I'm just wondering with the group, is there any like jobs like that where you are just naturally intimidated for no reason? Like servers. I can't make eye contact with servers. Don't know why.
How is he still saying don't know why?
Do you feel anxiety when you're checking out, or am I actually autistic?
Bro, I mean, that was insane. that was like, I think that we throw autism around a little loosey-goosey these days, but like, I mean, he's like, I'm looking at the medical records right here. My T cells are real low. Any idea why? Like,
the only thing is he kind of said like he'll look other people in the eyes.
I love
right?
the way he opened it. He said, "I'll look the most beautiful woman in the world in the eye, and if someone owns a business, I'll look."
Bro, that's the most autistic thing
business
he
owner.
said.
I'll look you in the eye. Business owner.
Beautiful women, business owners.
That's a guy who does not know anything about anything.
You have no social skills. You're autistic.
Yeah, that's really that might be worse than the eye contact thing. Like if he were to run into someone from high school, they'd be like, "How you doing, man?" He's like, "Good. Hanging out with beautiful girls and business owners. I'm shaking their hands and stuff,
That was fucking insane, man. Just listed the WebMD symptoms and was like, "What do you guys think it is?"
Yeah, there's definitely the social side of the autism spectrum. Like, I think is where a lot of us live and are. We do throw around autism too loosey goosey, and I'm sure the people who are going through real autistic stuff are like, fuck you. But when it comes to social cues and nerves and all that stuff, like there's being shy is, all on that spectrum somewhere, and not being able to look a business owner in the eyes, but not being able to look a cashier in the eyes. I don't know. The business owner is really funny. Business
I don't care
owners.
if it's a kid with pimples. If it's a living, breathing human, I can't make eye contact.
Business owner.
Yeah, man.
What are you, man? I'm a business owner. That's so good. What do you do? I'm a beautiful girl. What do you do? I'm a business owner. Oh, hello. Too good.
Yeah, I mean, I get awkward in social situations on occasion.
Mm-hmm. I'm getting worse. I will say I'm getting worse. Like, I'm starting to be afraid that I'm coming off as like too standoffish and rude. Like, I really, like, I'll go somewhere and I should be like, I'm just gonna go say hello. Like, I'm gonna introduce myself to that person, or like, or go talk to that person that I was already introduced to, or whatever it is, and I end up being like, I don't want to bother them, whatever, and then I leave, and I'm like, those people probably think I'm like an asshole. I just like stayed to myself the whole time, and I didn't say anything to anybody, and then I'm in my head that I'm being a dick.
I agree. I'm going to justify it because I do the same thing.
I think people also expect us to be personable because of the job and all this.
Yeah.
But I'm almost like the exact opposite of this in real life. Like, I don't talk and I don't cause scenes, and I'm very quiet, and like I'll let everybody else. I'm happy to just let you do the talking, and so then people, I think, then it comes across as like, I don't know, when you get the exact opposite of what you expect of me.
Yeah.
I don't know, that I'm like too good for it, or not talking for a reason. It's
right.
like,
that is always a fear. Like, I promise you, I'm not talking to you because I think I'm too good.
Yeah, that is not it.
That I get
Quite the
fucking
contrary.
yeah.
Like, I don't think you want to hear from me at all
Yeah.
in any way, shape, or form. So
unless a microphone's in front of me, I'm not
talking.
I'm not entertaining or like usually.
Yeah.
Unless I'm with my good friends. My good friends.
Yeah,
yes,
then it's
but
fun. But like new people,
with
like
strangers.
I'm not telling jokes or any of that shit.
I go out of my way to not do it because I'd rather be thought of as the guy who's like, yeah, he's kind of like boring and lame in person than like, ugh, he never turns it off.
Yeah, totally.
I'll have certain people where like I just can't, like for some reason I just can't be chill around them. Like, and they're not particularly hot. I'll just be like, I'll just walk away from every conversation being like, that did not go well. Like, it's just like
Let me ask you a question.
What?
Are they business owners?
There's like two people who I always run into, and every single time I'm like, I fucking missed again. Like, I can't.
Are they
do
like?
it.
Well, how do you keep running into them? Like friends of friends? So you
They're
you keep
like,
popping up in your life.
One went to my high school, one went to college.
Ukulele.
Ukulele down.
Like neither particularly attractive, neither particularly cool.
Yikes,
neither
they're
like
listening to this.
anything. Sorry, I know.
They're like 15-year-old cash registers with pimples. There's scum
it's
on the
like-
bottom of my shoe, and I can't get over it.
What do you do when you fuck up with them?
like I'll just be like really awkward.
Yeah.
And normally you guys know I'm so chill, and so
You're
it's
like totally so chill.
But like I can't make eye contact with them, and I can't. And I'll accidentally like one of them. I'll accidentally like make like flirt with, without meaning to, and then I get awkward because then I feel like, oh, now he thinks
Now
I
he
want to
thinks
get with
something.
him.
Yeah.
And then I try and overcompensate by being like, I would never fuck you, like kind of saying that. And then I'm just like,
Imagine that exchange. Jackie says hello a little too flirty, and the next conversation like, you know I'm not gonna fuck you, right?
Hey, ugh, you look particularly gross today. Dude, like, what is an example of accidental flirting?
like I don't know how to describe it, but like my friends witnessed it one time. They're just like, what happened there?
I love the thought of your friends watching you. Like it's a goddamn like gorilla at the zoo.
Yeah,
like,
like,
what's gonna happen
I can't
next?
believe they haven't caught this thing and put it back.
Yeah.
Like, just letting the zoo live. You are an escaped animal. Who, like, the world's like it's harmless. It's fine.
She's like Flacco the owl. Like like you got out of captivity, but you just kind of live in the world, and we all just observe
It's
you
like
like a
an
fucking
alien
weirdo.
movie.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah. Speaking of hey, I got a hey with 3 Y's from a dude the other day. Straight guy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, right?
nuts.
Guy I didn't know. I got like linked up, put on the same text, and he wrote, "Hey," and it was jarring. I went like, "Whoa, what is that?" I was like, "What the fuck is that?" Never has that happened,
That's very bizarre.
You
right?
know this guy?
No,
Oh,
no.
sorry.
Like it was just a mutual person. Like was like, "Okay, I'll link you up with him." Hey. It was for work. It was for business stuff. I was like, hello? I'm a business owner. Next up.
Hey guys, first time, long time, also drunk, so bear with me here. But I'll try and keep it quick because I don't want to be annoying. Let's just say, hypothetically, you get turned into an egg for a year. And you get to pick one person from your life that gets to be your guardian. But if you survive the year as an egg, you get $2 million. If they break you at any point, they get $1 million to themselves.
Oh my
Who's the
God.
person that you're taking in your life would be awesome if it was a Barstool personality. That'd be sweet. But if not, trust you either way. Who would you pick to be your guardian?
I mean,
for
I
that
don't
year as
know.
an egg?
I mean, the obvious answer, we got to rule out parents
Yeah,
and
yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
Like, I think we have, he said be awesome as a Barstool personality, but it has to be a Barstool person.
Okay. But I'm going to rule, like, I think we have to rule each other out too.
Yeah.
I would take Caitlin Walker.
Caitlin Walker.
Caitlin Walker would take care of me.
That's a great
She would
pick.
take care of me, and I would give her $1.9 million when I come out and get the money safely. You can take all of it.
That's a very, very strong pick. Damn. Not Nate.
Not Nate. Nate would be like,
Bro, yeah, dude.
day one. Day one. I'm funnier than this guy. Fuck this guy.
Bro, he would throw me at the wall, buy $1 million of Bitcoin.
I was gonna say you'd be Bitcoin within the hour.
Turn that egg into a Bitcoin.
That's a
fucking
no-brainer.
No shot.
It's not Jackie. It might be Pat. It might be Nick Hamilton.
Yep. Jackie, I would trust, but she's just too reckless. She would break the egg.
Well, I wouldn't trust you either. I don't think.
For money?
No. I don't think you'd break it like be like I get $1 million. I think you'd be like I gotta watch this egg, and within 30 seconds.
I think you would. I think Jackie would end up eating the egg. Like she'd be like, I'm gonna make breakfast, and she'd crack a couple eggs and be like, oh fuck,
that was the
wrong
egg.
one.
But I get $1 million. I would trust you too.
Huh?
I would trust you too.
You probably shouldn't do that.
More so, Kevin.
Yeah, you could trust me.
You threw me in there. Like, I trust you. Like,
You can trust me. I would do that.
Pabs is one of the last people I would trust.
Pabs?
Sorry, no.
Damn.
Sorry.
Sometimes Jackie says things that are really hurtful to Pabs. There's been like 4 or 5 times over the course of the career
Have you
where
ever
she
not been able to trust me?
No, not in terms of trusting, just in terms
would
of like
drop it?
you're dumb.
No, it's not that I don't trust you. It's that you're stupid.
All right.
I mean, any like 20, 20. If you're younger than 25, and you trust your life to that guy, and it goes south. It's like, well, yeah. So I do think I would probably pick a female, and I would probably pick a old, and if it's gonna be a guy, it's got to be a dad. Oh, Clem. I mean, Clem. I would trust Clem with my life.
Clem.
Kate.
Kate.
Clem's a good one.
Clem might eat the egg. You never know, but I think he would. I could trust him.
I would say Dan, but Dan would turn it into content.
Yeah.
Dan would be like,
and he would like risk it somehow. Be like, say I'm gonna like throw the egg up in the air, and he'd be like, oh, yeah.
Just me, a little embryo spinning around.
No, fuck you, Dan.
God damn it, I got Dan.
What we could do,
the gauntlet would get added like a spoon run.
Could we make this happen with an egg? Like it's you get assigned to an egg.
Oh, we had to do we had to do that in school.
Yeah,
I would pick KB for some reason.
KB?
I don't know why. I feel like KB would just keep that shit close. He would keep an eye on it.
I think I said KB disrespectfully, questioning it there. It's not a crazy answer, but it wouldn't be.
It's not my
KB is a roughhouser.
Yeah, he might.
does.
Like I have you in my pocket, you'd be broken.
Well, that's why I was gonna pick. Not now because they do too much, but like 09 to like 15, Trent. We would just be in his apartment. Maybe no Rumplemans around, but otherwise, like they would just be on the couch watching Joe Rogan, sitting in the egg next to you. Now they golf and travel too much, but there was a time where Trent was doing nothing but couch, hanging with the boys. The egg could just be one of the gang. Definitely not Frankie. That's psycho. Definitely not the crazies.
Yeah, Frankie just like wake up. I'm like, am I in an ass?
Am I in Frankie's ass?
Like I know it. My number one fear when I gave my egg self to Frankie was I'd get put in his ass, and
here we are.
Maybe it would be Frankie.
Next question. Great one though. That's an all-timer. Put that on the list. Great all-time question.
What's up, Kevin? What's up, John? Would you rather have a terminal cancer with an unknown expiration date or have hiccups for the rest of your life? I think I know what John's going to say, but I'm curious as to what the rest of the crew is going to say.
I think this is kind of a no-brainer, folks.
It's the cancer?
You go TC, yeah.
What's TC? Duck cancer?
Terminal cancer.
Oh, terminal cancer. So stupid. Hiccups are, awful. They're awful, man. They really are. They're when
But worse than terminal cancer?
No, that's what I was gonna say.
Yes.
Like, I don't know, like
TC? Sorry.
Yeah, like I genuinely think so.
like terminal hiccups versus terminal cancer is the question. I think when you have hiccups that last more than like 3 minutes,
Right.
it's a nightmare.
It's truly torture.
But don't you think you'd get used to it at some point? My thing is more you'd have to explain it every time.
Yeah.
When you're hanging out with someone on the 5th minute, they go, "Oh boy, you can't stop," and you have to go, "Well, it was either this or TC. We made a deal. It's a whole thing, but it's not gonna stop anytime soon." Yes, I've tried drinking water upside down. Yeah, that would be the thing. Everybody with their specialty. I've done them all. I ate the peanut butter. I drank it upside down. You tried to scare me. Yes.
Yeah.
It's not working.
I made a bet with a genie. What don't you get?
I always say these things, but staring down the barrel of TC, I'd probably pick. If I'm being honest, I'd probably pick the hiccups.
I think if I'm being just
yeah, we
like,
know. You don't have to convince us.
It's not even like that. It's not even like I'm excited to pick it. It's true torture.
Yeah.
You're signing up for a lifetime of torture. Like I don't.
There's those hiccups that are kind of just like, but then there are the ones that like you feel it in your diaphragm, your abs hurt, you're catching your breath kind of.
Like a drunk Disney cartoon.
Yeah.
You're
like a chicken. It is a tough one. But I would prefer the TC be quick. Like, give me some pancreatic cancer. I don't want long. I don't want either of these things to be long and drawn out. You know? But I'm still 50-50.
Call in voicemails. Call in. Last two are great.
Yeah, those are classics. We'll send those guys merch. We'll send those guys some merch. If you are the guys who sent those voicemails in, reach out, give us your address and your email. We'll send you some new merch. Best voicemails will get free t-shirts and whatever we need to reload. So you can send in your videos. You can film yourself. You don't have to put your face on camera if you don't want to. Send in all you got and make sure the show keeps on flowing. We'll see you guys next week. All right, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. Click that button.
Or I'll cut off my finger.